Good night, viewers. Here are tonight's headlines. An electrician pleads guilty to the theft of streetlights and is sentenced to 1 year in prison. 2 men arrested following the discovery of a firearm and ammunition. A fire breaks out at the CID compound in Georgetown. American actor and entrepreneur Malik Yoba to visit Guyana for a business conference. Police investigate a fatal bee incident in Mahaicony. A New Amsterdam woman dies after consuming a lethal drink. The opposition leader threatens legal action over the police commissioner appointment. GWI responds to a water supply disruption in Linden. And the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, extends condolences on the passing of Comrade Terrence Mckenzie. Stay with us for the full stories. Electrician pleads guilty to theft of streetlights, sentenced to 1 year in prison. Sharmo Jones, a 34-year-old electrician from Pleads squatting area, has been sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading guilty to the theft of streetlights. The case came to light on September 24, 2024, during a community outreach event held by the Minister of Housing and Water, Mr. Colin Crowell, at the La Bonne Intention housing scheme. Residents reported the theft of streetlights from the LBI Young Professional Housing Scheme, prompting a police investigation. On September 26, officers arrested Jones following intelligence that led to the recovery of 24 stolen streetlights, which he had admitted to stealing and installing in various locations. Jones was charged with simple larceny under Section 164 of the Criminal Law, Offences, Act, Chapter 801. He appeared before Magistrate A. Gibbs at the Amsterdam Magistrate Court, where he pled guilty to the charges. Opposition leader threatens legal action over police commissioner appointment. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton has expressed his intention to pursue legal action if President Irfan Ali proceeds with the appointment of Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken to the substantive position. This announcement comes in response to a letter from Minister of Governance and Parliamentary Affairs, Gail Teixeira, indicating the President's plans to confirm Hicken despite Norton's objections. Norton criticized Hicken's tenure, citing concerns related to previous police actions during protests, allegations of financial improprieties, and ongoing corruption within the police force. He has described Hicken's potential appointment as a payback, alleging that the acting commissioner has demonstrated a lack of independence and has engaged in political activities that undermine the impartiality expected from such a position. In her correspondence, Minister Teixeira highlighted Hicken's accomplishments, including a decrease in serious crimes and improved public confidence in the police force. However, Norton countered that these achievements do not negate the serious concerns raised regarding Hicken's suitability for the role. Norton plans to communicate directly with the President to convey his disapproval and has engaged his legal team to examine the implications of Hicken's impending appointment. The appointment of Hicken would further entrench a culture of political influence within the police force, signaling that law enforcement is beholden to political agendas rather than upholding the rule of law, Norton stated. As the situation develops, further statements will be issued regarding the legal ramifications and the ongoing discussion around the leadership of the Guyana police force. American actor and entrepreneur Malik Yoba to visit Guyana for business conference. Renowned American actor and entrepreneur Malik Yoba is set to visit Guyana later this month to participate in a business conference aimed at exploring investment opportunities in the country. During his stay, Yoba will also seek to connect with local filmmakers and actors, fostering collaboration within the creative industry. Yoba, known for his notable roles in films and television series such as Why Did I Get Married, Awake, and Designated Survivor, aims to engage with Guyanese talent and explore potential partnerships that could enhance the local film and entertainment landscape. Details regarding the conference and opportunities for local artists to meet with Yoba will be announced shortly. This visit promises to be an exciting opportunity for the Guyanese creative community to gain insights and explore collaboration with an internationally recognized figure in the entertainment industry. Police investigate fatal bee incident in Mahaicony. The Guyana police force is conducting an investigation into the tragic death of Imran Ali, also known as Buddy, a 70-year-old pensioner who lost his life after being attacked by a swarm of bees while clearing bushes on a plot of land near his home. The incident occurred around 11 o'clock HRS on October 2, 2024, when Ali and his worker, 43-year-old Dale Husher, inadvertently came into contact with a bee nest during their clearing activities. Eyewitness accounts indicate that Husher shouted for help as he fled from the scene, leaving Ali behind. Zina Ali, Imran's wife, reported hearing Husher's cries and quickly rushed outside, where she found her husband lying on the ground, overwhelmed by bees. Despite the efforts of nearby residents to rescue him, their attempts were unsuccessful. Husher recounted the events, explaining that as the swarm of bees attacked, He was unable to assist Ali and ran for safety instead. Imran Ali was subsequently transported to Mahaicony Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. His body has been transferred to the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana, CIOG, mortuary, pending a post-mortem examination. The police continue to gather information and conduct interviews related to this unfortunate incident. 2 men arrested following discovery of firearm and ammunition. Omar Cliff, 24, and Court Williams, 23, were arrested last night after being found in possession of an unlicensed firearm and ammunition. The incident occurred around 23:30 HRS as police from the Albertown police station were conducting patrols on William Street, Kitty. The officers observed Cliff and Williams on a motorcycle, registration hashtag CN8462. Upon noticing the police, the men dismounted and fled into a nearby passageway. During the pursuit, Cliff was seen attempting to discard what appeared to be a firearm. A loud noise, resembling a gunshot, was heard, and Cliff fell to the ground, still holding the firearm. Cliff was apprehended with visible injuries, prompting police to take him to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, for medical attention. A suspected .40 caliber pistol and 5 rounds of ammunition were recovered at the scene, alongside a suspected spent shell. The firearm and ammunition have been secured as evidence, pending ballistics analysis. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. Fire breaks out at CID compound in Georgetown. On the evening of October 2, 2024, a fire erupted at the Criminal Investigation Department, CID compound, located at Eve Leary, Georgetown. The Guyana Fire Service responded promptly, dispatching a team that included Water Tender Number 118, Water Tender Number 95, Water Carrier Number 18, and HP Number 2, along with Ambulance Number 16. The first unit arrived on the scene at 18:33 HRS, with firefighting operations commencing shortly thereafter at 18:34 hours. A total of 12 firefighters, led by Section Leader King and supported by leading fireman Robertson Edwards, worked swiftly to extinguish the fire. The affected structure, a single-story concrete building formerly used as an identification room, suffered significant damage, and its contents were destroyed. Fortunately, there were no injuries reported, and no one was left homeless as a result of the incident. Initial firefighting efforts by police personnel, who utilized 6 kilograms and 4 kilograms dry powder extinguishers and buckets of sand, were instrumental in controlling the blaze prior to the firefighters' arrival. The fire crew ultimately used 1 jet from Water Tender Number 118 to fully extinguish the fire. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation, and further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, extends condolences on the passing of Comrade Terrence Mckenzie. The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, expresses its deepest sympathy at the passing of Comrade Terrence Mckenzie, who left us this morning. A long-standing member of the PNCR, Terrence served as a dedicated friend and a former neighborhood Democratic counselor for Union/Narsteigide. His commitment to the party and community was unwavering, and he will be remembered for his contributions and tireless work. The PNCR offers heartfelt condolences to his family, relatives, and friends during this difficult time. May his soul rest in perfect peace and rise in glory. New Amsterdam woman dies after consuming lethal drink. A tragic incident has shaken the community of New Amsterdam in the East Berbice-Corentyne region of Guyana. Debbie Blacks, 26, died on Wednesday after allegedly consuming a lethal substance given to her by her girlfriend. The incident occurred on Tuesday afternoon at the home of Belinda Fraser, 22, who had been in a romantic relationship with Blacks. According to reports, the couple's relationship had become strained recently, with Fraser allegedly developing feelings for someone else. During what should have been a routine visit, an argument broke out between the two women. In a disturbing turn of events, Fraser is alleged to have spiked 2 glasses of liquid with a dangerous substance, telling Blacks, "Let's drink, and we'll be together in death." Both women were rushed to New Amsterdam Hospital after consuming the toxic mixture. Blacks gave a statement to the police before her condition deteriorated. Despite medical efforts, she passed away on Wednesday. Fraser remains in critical condition at the hospital. The police have launched an investigation into the incident. Concerns over Chinese businesses in Guyana. VP Jagdeo hints at stricter enforcements. Some Guyanese are voicing concerns regarding the increasing presence of Chinese businesses, particularly in the retail sector. The primary issues raised include alleged non-compliance with local regulations and the competitive advantages these businesses hold, which some argue disadvantages local enterprises. In response, Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo stated that the Guyana government is actively working on stricter enforcement of regulations governing foreign businesses to ensure a level playing field for all. He acknowledged the complaints from local businesses, noting that some Chinese entities are reportedly selling a wide range of products without the necessary permits, while local businesses face restrictions from regulatory bodies. The people who are protesting are right, Dr. Jagdeo remarked, emphasizing the government's commitment to enforcing laws uniformly. He stressed the importance of ensuring that foreign businesses adhere to local regulations, including tax obligations. Regarding calls to limit the establishment of Chinese businesses in communities, Jagdeo explained that such actions would violate international trade agreements, particularly those governed by the World Trade Organization, WTO. He pointed out that discrimination based on nationality is not feasible, but compliance with local laws can and will be enforced. Interestingly, Jagdeo noted that some consumers appreciate the work ethic of Chinese businesses, citing their extended hours of operation and prompt service. There are many who say they benefit from better services in their communities, he said, referencing examples of customers relying on these businesses for urgent needs. The relationship between Guyana and China has historical roots, dating back to 1972 when Guyana became the first English-speaking Caribbean nation to establish diplomatic ties with China. Over the years, these relations have strengthened, with President Dr. Irfan Ali acknowledging China's significant contributions to Guyana's development. The government's ongoing efforts aim to balance foreign investment with local interests, ensuring that all businesses operate fairly within the regulatory framework. GWI responds to water supply disruption in Linden. Guyana Water Incorporated, GWI, has officially addressed the recent water supply disruption affecting Linden, attributing the issue to severe weather conditions rather than operational shortcomings. In light of comments from opposition Member of Parliament Germaine Figuera, GWI clarified that the disruption, which followed a storm on September 24, was not a reflection of their performance. The storm caused significant damage to the electrical infrastructure, particularly the 800 kVA transformer supplying power to the Wisrock treatment plant. GWI emphasized that the responsibility for maintaining electricity to the plant lies with the Linden Utility Services Co-op Society Limited, LUSL. Initial assessments by LUSL indicated that the disruption was due to damaged cables, which were quickly repaired. However, it was later confirmed that the transformer was beyond repair. In response to the situation, GWI sourced a replacement transformer from Guyana Power and Light, GPL, and ensured its timely delivery and installation. Meanwhile, a generator was employed to partially power the Wisrock treatment plant, allowing for a reduced water supply to some areas. Additionally, GWI collaborated with the Guyana Fire Service and private contractors to provide water to critical facilities, including the local hospital, schools, and hostels during the disruption. GWI also highlighted ongoing efforts to enhance water supply infrastructure in Linden, including drilling new wells in Amelia's Ward, Bamia, Rockstone, Old England, and Kamaka, upgrading the Amelia's Ward water treatment plant with 2 new filters, implementing the West Watuka Water Supply Project, which aims to shift the primary water source from the Demerara River to spring water from the Conservancy, a water loss reduction initiative to improve service delivery. We recognize that access to water is a fundamental human right, GWI stated, expressing regret for the extended service disruption. We remain committed to ensuring safe and sustainable water access for all residents. GWI reassures the public of its dedication to improving water supply and infrastructure across Region 10, aiming to provide Linden's residents with reliable water services. DDL resumes most operations following fire at Diamond Facility. Demerara Distillers Limited, DDL, is pleased to announce the successful resumption of production at several of its facilities, following a fire that occurred last Friday at its power plant located in Diamond, East Bank, Demerara. Less than a week after the incident, DDL reports that operations are returning to normal. The Topco plant, responsible for producing Topco fruit juices and Savannah milk products, is fully operational. The wines and spirits plant is currently running at partial capacity, while the non-alcoholic beverage plant is expected to be back to full production by the weekend. The distillery is anticipated to restart shortly. The fire is believed to have originated from one of the 7 generators in the power station, which had recently undergone scheduled maintenance by the equipment supplier. The blaze quickly spread, engulfing the entire building housing the generators. Fortunately, the DDL firefighting team, with support from the Guyana Fire Service, successfully contained the fire to the power station, preventing it from affecting other parts of the facility. Importantly, no employees were injured during the incident, and there were no job losses. The swift resumption of production at the Topco plant ensured that there were no disruptions in purchasing from fruit farmers. DDL is also working closely with its network of resellers to mitigate any potential stock shortages resulting from the fire. The directors and management of DDL extend their sincere gratitude to the emergency services that responded to the fire and assisted in recovery efforts. The rapid response of the Guyana Fire Service was instrumental in limiting the damage, while the Guyana Police Force provided crucial security during the operation. Additionally, Guyana Power and Light responded swiftly, ensuring proper lighting during firefighting efforts. We are extremely grateful for the professionalism and dedication of all those involved in managing this situation, a DDL representative stated. Their quick actions ensured minimal impact on our operations and workforce, and we look forward to resuming full capacity shortly.